hey, does anybody know anything about amateur radio? We have some parents who are interested, we have a student, and I said, I got a license 20 years ago.
Grab your pack and your radio. It's time to go hiking and hamming. So we are at Gigaparts for Ham Radio Day, and one of the display booths here is something I'm really big on, which is the Alabama School of Cyber Technology and Engineering. And we have with us...
I'm Dr. Chris Brown. I'm an engineering instructor at ASCTE.
And you are?
I'm Cade Clucci. My call sign is WW3H. I am an extra class licensee and the president of the Amateur Radio Club at ASCTE.
Excellent. So tell me about ASCTE, or tell my audience about ASCTE, what they should know, and hey, why should your kid, or if you are a kid, why should you be going to school here?
So ASCTE is a statewide residential magnet school, so we are a public school, but we're not under any system. We're directly under the state, and you can come here from anywhere in the state. And if you're local, you can commute. If you're somewhere outside of Huntsville, you're able to live in our dorm on campus. We have a great residential life program with that. But the goal of ASCTE is incorporating cybersecurity into the engineering life cycle, having students who graduate with solid skills in both cybersecurity and in engineering, who can be workforce ready as soon as they leave, or go on to university and get a bachelor's degree or beyond in any of those related fields.
Excellent. So what do you like about going to ASCTE?
There are a lot of things I really enjoy about going to ASCTE. So probably the thing that I enjoy the most is the classes. There are a lot of very good classes at ASCTE, especially our engineering teachers, which Dr. Brown is one of them. I enjoy our cyber classes and the rest of our curriculum. We have AP classes, very, very many of them. I'm taking AP Chemistry right now, along with AP Learning. And last year I took AP Stat along with AP CSP, Computer Science Principles. And these classes I feel like give me kind of an upper hand when applying to colleges. It gives me sort of an advantage there. And another thing that I really enjoy is we have a wide array of clubs. I did swim team earlier this year, and probably my favorite club, if it isn't abundantly aware, is our amateur radio club. I really, really enjoy, even though it's only once a week, I really enjoy getting together with people that are a lot like me and talking to them about our hobby, our shared hobby, which is ham radio. And I feel like all of the opportunities that ASCTE has given me are going to be very, very useful for me getting into college and getting a job and things like that. And that's really it.
Great. So tell me about what's a day in the life of a student at ASCTE?
Right. So it really depends if you're residential or commuter, because the start of my day involves waking up at 6:45. The start of their day involves waking up at 8 o'clock, right before school starts. But really, there are a lot of things that are very similar to a normal high school. Like, you have the same period schedule, you have lunch period in the middle of the day, but there are a few changes. First off, our very big building. It's very open and spacious, and you're able to kind of you have a little bit more freedom. Like, during lunch, I often play basketball after lunch, and that's not something that I think you would be able to do. They treat us more like adults or college students here than high schoolers, and that's just because of the overall level of maturity at ASCTE. Now, another key point about ASCTE is, of course, we have our special classes, our cyber classes, and our electives. We have 2 electives for if you're sophomore or above, or if you're a freshman, you get 1 elective. Now, these electives can be something like an AP class, like I'm taking AP Chemistry, as aforementioned. But if you want, you can take a class that is more on the fun side, where you can learn a new skill, such as welding, or you can take RF engineering and get your ham radio license. And I feel like that's part of where it differs, is because ASCTE is not a normal school. We do things a little differently, and I think that's really special, because every student here wants to learn, and so it's not just school for us. It's fun. And so every day I get really excited when I go to school to learn something new that day. And I feel like that's really special, and that's what sets us apart from other schools.
Great. Now, I understand that the upper level students do internships. Can you tell me about those?
Yeah, so our school is set up so that basically you do 4 years of high school classes in 3 years, and senior year is a capstone project and an internship. So ASCTE has a large number of industry partners and partnering federal agencies, everybody from NASA to Aviation and Missile Command under the Army to Space and Missile Defense Command, and then a lot of industry partners in the area, Raytheon, Deloitte, SAIC, a lot of companies like that you would have heard of. And so our students get to go and do internships at those, and so they get real world experience their senior year. And so when I mentioned them being able to graduate and be workforce ready, they're graduating with real experience at an internship and often with certain certifications. Several of my seniors have gotten an A+ and a Security Plus certification on the cybersecurity side of it. We're working on a dual enrollment program at Calhoun so they can get an MBSE certification, Model-Based Systems Engineering. So we're trying to have them be prepared, and that last year especially is huge for that. Being able to go and get real-world experience, there's really just nothing that can top that as far as being ready to be an engineer, being ready to know what you want to major in as an engineer in college.
Excellent. So you have a ham radio club. Tell me about that, your activities, what you guys have done. I know you did an ARIS contact not too long ago, but tell me what kind of projects you guys are working, how many members you have, whatever comes to mind.
Okay. All right, so our ham radio club is not the largest club we have at ASCTE, but is definitely not the smallest. We have around, what did you say, 25 people? 20?
Yeah, I was going to say around 20. We have 12 students who are licensed right now, and at least that many who have at least shown some interest and come to the club at some point.
And we have plenty of activities. We really like fox hunting. We've got the antennas in the background. But the ARIS contact was by far the highlight of the year. It took a lot of planning on Dr. Brown and everybody else who was involved with that's part. And it was very, very much worth it. We got to talk with an astronaut aboard the International Space Station, and that's something that a lot of high schools probably haven't done. And it's another thing that sets us apart, because I was actually talking to somebody earlier about this, but there's not really that much of an interest in most high schoolers for ham radio when they can just talk on their phones, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, but it's really, really important that ham radio be taught in schools, because it's important to remember that radio is a huge part of not only our history but the way that the world runs today. And I feel like it's not just a hobby, it's a science, and it's a whole field of study, and it's extremely important to know that. And I feel like our club is really helping students do that, and moreover, as mentioned before, it's making it fun, which is extremely important to know. And I feel like all of this kind of ties together into our overall way of learning at ASCTE.
And we've gotten into contests a little bit. We've done school club roundup a few times now.
Yes, so, school club roundup was really fun.
Look for us during roundup week, November 4. Charlie Tango Echo is the school club call sign.
All right, excellent. Well, we'll definitely do that, and we'll get the word out, and this video will go up here before too long. So appreciate your time, and can't wait to hear you on the air.
All right, thank you.